Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, R&R the Serial Reader. I am Ronnie, and today's video is something a little bit different. It's traditional, but it's different. And you might say, why didn't you do this from the very beginning? I was just so excited trying to get my videos out to you guys. I knew that I was going to do this video, but I said I'll whip back around once you guys get a little bit taste of what I have to offer, and then I can do this. And so this video is going to be the BookTube Newbie Tag. So let's get started. Why did you start this channel? I think I started this channel for many reasons, like other booktubers, and that was to be able to have other people that you can have a conversation with books about. There's no one around me or in my life to talk about books. Not at home, not at work. And so I wanted to be able to create a space where I can go on and talk about all the books that I'm reading, and then hear about what books you guys are reading, and then talk about, well, did we like it or we didn't like it? Do we have the same taste? That sort of thing. So, I mean, it was just a way for me to just get out there and just talk about books and books that I love. And I was discovering all these new authors, but I couldn't share it with anyone. There was no one I could share it with. And so this world is so big, you know, why not jump on here and have these type of conversations? What are some fun and unique things you can bring to YouTube? I think may sound cliche is me, my personality. I mean, it's sparkling. I think the other thing that will be unique about my channel is that even though I don't have a lot out right now, is that I'm going to be bringing you guys content that's out of the box. Not everything is going to be out of the box, you know. Yes, I'm going to do the wrap-ups and the TBRs and the new book releases and the vlogs and give you my thoughts and my views. But I'm also going to bring it to you in a different way, you know. Instead of bringing you all the books I read in December, maybe we could talk about my book boyfriends. I mean, I'm gonna be creative in how I deliver my content to you guys. What are you most excited for about this channel? I'm most excited about having conversations with you guys about all the books, as many books as possible. That is it. You know, creating the content and delivering it to you guys and hearing your feedback and hearing what you have to say. Finding out if there's someone who has the same book taste as me. Did you like the same book boyfriend that I like? What didn't you like about my book boyfriend? What issue did you have? Like having all the conversations we can possibly have. And also for me, you know, learning from you guys. What's a book that I haven't read that I should definitely get into? You know, so just having that back and forth, that flow of conversations around books, I'm so excited for. Why do you love reading? I love reading because it gives me something to do. I am a true homebody. And if I can spend my time in the house and not have to worry about going outside, I'm going to do that. And so, you know, TV doesn't entertain me like it used to do. And so that's why I love to read. I love to read because it gives me something to do. It allows me, like everyone says, it allows me to escape my world. It gives me something to talk about. It gives me something to think about. It expands my thinking, you know. I may have thought one way yesterday, but today after reading the book, you never know. It changes my mind. That's why I love reading. It's good for your brain, it's good for your soul, it's good for your spirit, and you can't go wrong with that. What book series or book got you into reading? So if you guys, and I kind of mentioned this before, if you caught my very first video, which was my massive book haul, I talked about the series and this author. And the series that got me into reading was the Lingerie series by Penelope Sky. I mean, I was so enamored with this series. It was the best thing I ever picked up. You know, it's a dark mafia romance. And I had never read anything like that before. And I was just so amazed by it. And because it was so good, I just wanted to keep reading more things like that. But the series was so good, you know, with my favorite characters, Bones and Vanessa. You know, that couple, they were so hot, and it was so much action and so much drama revolved around them. It was just such a great series, and I'm so happy and thankful that I discovered that series, because if not, I would not be here today where I am with books. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Questions I would ask my favorite booktubers is, how do you create balance? You know, how do you still create content but also don't spend so much time creating content that it takes you away from reading, from doing what you love, which is reading, right? That's one thing. How do you stay consistent? Not everyone stays consistent. You know, they may drop a video here or there, and I don't know if it's intentional or what, but I want to be consistent. So how do you stay consistent? I would also ask them, like, how do you not spend so much time editing your videos? Like, I spend so much time editing. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, do you have any tips and tricks on how to cut down on editing time? I would love to hear that from you guys, especially because you make the same type of content. Like, yeah, it's easy for me to go click on someone else's video that teaches you how to edit, but I feel like it's not the same because they don't do the same thing that we do. So, of course, getting that from you guys who make content, book content, how do you cut down on your editing time? And then lastly, how are you natural when you're recording your videos? I feel like, you know, not only natural, but how do you keep everything in your brain and get it out to us and that's watching you? Because for me, I feel like I have to write a script, and then when I just can't pull from my brain like that and deliver, because my brain is shot. I don't remember everything. I say a lot of ums. You know, and so for me, writing a script and reading from the script is just makes it more organized, and it makes it that I get out what I want to get out to you guys. But I noticed that everybody doesn't do that. Everybody just comes from the rip and says what they think. And how do you be more authentic and natural in your delivery with your content? I guess that's what my question would be, right? Love to hear your tips. So what challenges do you think a BookTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I think going back to what are some of my questions to my favorite booktubers is, you know, being consistent. I think that's the hardest thing, because life happens, right? Life is life, and we're all adults. Some of us are parents. Some of us have full-time jobs, or even if you have a part-time job still, right? There's some type of commitment that you have where you can't dedicate 100% of your time to making content. So I think consistency is going to be hard for a lot of us who have multiple tasks and who are what they call superheroes, right? Being consistent. I think the other thing is that will be hard, you know, and I find it for myself, is just being secure with the content that you deliver. You can't be like John and Sue. You have to be who you are, and you have to be okay with not everyone is gonna like your content. Everybody's not gonna like you. Everybody's not gonna like the books that you read. Everybody's not going to agree with what you're saying. So being okay with not being the favorite of everyone. There's gonna be a group, a core group for you that likes you, and there's gonna be a core group that likes somebody else, and you have to be okay with that. And just still go out there and make your content regardless. So not worrying about, you know, if the whole world likes you, because the whole world is not going to like you. When did you start reading? I started reading back again. If you caught my first video, the massive book haul that I did, I mentioned this as well. I started reading back in 2017 when I first read the lingerie series. I mean, that series really turned me out to reading. Now, even though I started reading back in 2017, I was only reading one author's book. I was only reading Penelope Sky's book. I was addicted. I was hooked on her books. But then she changed genres on me. She switched up. She went to fantasy and started writing books about vampires, and I was not into that. I just wasn't into it. And when she forever switched genres on me, that really rocked my world. So I would stop reading. And then I got into this point where I was back at not being interested in TV, because I was a TV fanatic. Before I was reading, I was a TV fanatic. You catch me on the couch, I was a couch potato, okay? Catch me on the couch eating potato chips and drinking soda. Nah, maybe not drinking soda. But I would be always watching TV or going to the movies. I can name all the actors. I could say this actor was in this movie, that TV. That was me. That was the person. And I was like that for all of my life. But then something happened. TV got corny. I was like, this is corny. It's boring. It's not entertaining. And so when I started reading back in 2017, like I said, Penelope Sky, I stopped reading because I was only reading her books and I was waiting for her to release her books. And then I started getting back into TV again. And then I went back into the same thing where I felt like it was just boring. It wasn't entertaining. So I started reading again. I started reading again back in 2023. Heavy. So 2022, I was still reading Penelope Sky's book. I was waiting for her to release her new book, which was expected to come out in 2023. And then I was like, man, I want to read. So then that was the push in 2023. As I'm still waiting for hers, I was like, you know what? TV is not cutting it for me. Let me see if I can branch out. And I started seeing, okay, let me see if I find somebody else who writes similar book to her. And so that's what I did. I was finding books that were similar to her. Then it then pushed me to branch out to other authors. And then I just started becoming more and more fascinated with books in 2023. And I just kept reading and I kept reading and I kept reading. And then I kept trying different authors and different authors and different authors. And here I am today. I can't stop reading. Like, I am quick to read a book more than I am to turn on the TV. I may turn on the TV for background noise, but it's a book, whether it's a physical book or ebook, that I have in front of me with reading. So 2017 was the beginning, was the start, but it picked up in 2023. What kind of books do you like to read? So first and foremost, romance is the overall genre. But to break down romance, it will be dark mafia romance, urban romance, contemporary romance, historical romance. Then you can give me historical fiction, mystery, thriller, suspense. When it comes to tropes, best friends to lovers, enemies to lovers, billionaire romances. You know, I'm really not into slow burns. I need my books to have a balance. I can't get into slow burns, but I can't get into fast burns either, because then it's not believable. I'm weird like that. So give me a balance. I love a balance. That just makes me feel so good. Let's see. I love erotica. Spicy. Cheating romance, it depends, because it's cheating and poly romances. I'm on the fence with them. I'm very I approach them cautiously, because here's the thing. I'm someone who believes that it should be two people who love each other, and you don't need to split your love anywhere else. So if you give me a cheating romance where, especially if you give me a cheating romance and then all three people are good, I'm torn, right? Like, I'm torn in that. Like this person is good, but this person. So I'm not in favor of a cheating romance. Same thing with the poly romance. Like, y'all love all. It's too many people to love. Now, if you give me a cheating romance where one of the lovers is bad, I'm okay with that. I will read that, because I know that her heart, or that person's heart, is going to go to that person. They're not going to stay with that person because it's the bad person, right? So I just can't be conflicted in a cheating romance. I need to be direct. Like, it's going to be A and B that's going to wind up together. Not A, I like A, but B and C, I can't be iffy with my lovers. Just saying. All right, guys, so that's a wrap. I really hope you enjoyed hearing all about me and why I decided to come on this BookTube channel. I'd love to know your thoughts on what kind of content would you like me to put out there. Do you want more book hauls? Do you want me to do more reviews? Do you want me to do more vlogs? Is there a certain genre of books you want me to talk about? Let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear from you guys. And if you're not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss another one of these videos. And also, click that like button. That's the only way the algorithm will know that you like what I'm putting out. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Click the video on the screen and I will see you over there. Bye, guys.